Thank you for joining us on Black Investments Matter. I'm Antoine Anderson. Two well known companies have added their names to the list of early adopters for the FedNow program. Stay tuned to find out who they are. Whether we like it or not, instant payments are here. The only question is, should the federal government be getting involved in this? And for a lot of people, the answer is no. They do not like the idea of requests for payments to be initiated by an outside party and simply being able to retrieve those funds from an account that they may not have authorized access to. You simply have a request for payment for a service that you may or may not have charged or requested, and that payment going out of your bank. The biggest fear that people have about this type of transaction is the potential for chargeback fraud. Once those payments are requested and sent, there's little to nothing you can do to get a reversal of those charges or a refund. The settlements are instant, just as the payments are instant. So that is a big concern that people are having. Now, we've had situations where we've used Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle for many years. There have been some hiccups along the road, but all in all, the process is kind of seamless. Uh, the ability to forego having to go to an ATM to cash a check at a bank, it's all part of this growing technology. Whether or not you want to accept it or not, many companies have already adopted this service. The two we're talking about today, well, one is Mastercard. Mastercard jumped into the list of early adopters already, and this is something that you're probably not even aware of is happening. They had been experimenting with instant payments in the past, and it just seems like with this new uh, addition of this package called FedNow, that a lot more scrutiny has been given over to it. The other well-known application that you may have used before is Quicken. Quicken is an early adopter on the FedNow service. Now, whether you are approve of these companies joining in or not, there is an entire list which we will show you how to get to here with the link, and put the information below in the comment section. But early adoption of these packages does not sit well with a vast majority of the people who are listening to this podcast or this recording right now. I am not going to give any plus or minus to this situation. I just simply think it is here. What we have to do as consumers is to be very wary of any changes that may affect, someone getting in between you and your money. I'm always leery of, switching to technology that, quite frankly, um, was being vilified by the same government that is now adopting the technology. And of course, I'm speaking of blockchain technology, which all traces of, as far as the metal blockchain have been removed from the FedNow web service since May 11th. At one time, it was listed on the FedNow service, this particular blockchain that it was potentially going to use. There will be some adaptation later for instant payment settlements for cryptocurrencies at some point in time. That was alluded to on the FedNow website, but there's really nothing concrete anymore to say that this is going to be the answer to what was happening with crypto. Also, we have to think about what was happening in the banking system as a whole, with savings for our American users or American customers being at an all-time low. There was simply no need to go to a bank other than to cash your check. You're not saving anything because there's virtually no interest being made on a savings account. Um, that, in the addition of the extra expense of just going to a bank, paying those fees, really soured the American public on creating or adding more accounts. Regardless of that, banks still managed to rack up over $7.7 billion in overdraft fees alone last year. And that is another reason why people have rejected opening up new accounts and opting to doing a lot of their transactions on these apps. So, in an effort to kind of recoup some of those losses or stop some of the bleeding that these banks are suffering, the Fed is stepping in with their own payment system that is going to uh, compete with those programs. Leave your comments below, whether you like it, love it, hate it, loathe it. We want to know about it. Thank you for listening, and we will talk to you very, very soon.